I'll be hopping on in just a moment here and check one more thing. Okay, yeah, I think I'm ready. So I got a couple games planned because these are relatively short. I was thinking about playing 3 games, but I didn't realize that one was going to be a little longer. So getting through 2 of them is going to take me maybe 3 upward to 4 hours. Whether I'm actually going to stream that long, I don't know. We'll see. But the games I have planned, there's one that Aurora's been requesting, and that's s.p.l.i.t, which you play a hacker. I don't know what's going on, but it looks kind of intense and has a potential, as I say, themes of suicide. So it could get pretty dark. I don't know what's going on there. The other one is Ibis Am, or Ibis AM. I don't know how they want me to pronounce that. It's a weird indie game. It's like 2 or 3 hours long, where I guess you play, this is a seagull, and you are hunting fish, and there's weird architecture and like stone statues, and I don't know what's going on with that. But it's by the company, the development team that's making About Fishing, and they also made Arctic Eggs, which looks also very, very interesting, and I was tempted to play that today instead. But I might save that for a separate stream, just a beginning to end power straight through it, because I don't know if I'm gonna take the time today to play through a couple of these games in full. But yeah, s.p.l.i.t's first priority. That's like an hour long, so that'll go. I think that'll go quickly, and I expect I'm probably gonna like it. So also, it's still early because I'm still working on waking up. Got some fresh air, got some coffee, and now I've got games that are not on the screen. Excellent. Great, I planned that well. There we go. Okay. Let's play some s.p.l.i.t, see what's going on here. Maybe I should, you know what? I should make it a thing to watch trailers before I play them. Sometimes it's good to go in blind, but like, at least on stream, I want to play it just kind of like a intro. We could do that. I appreciate that they don't really, I don't think they show you much there. Like, I don't know what's going on in that. Hello, Aurora. Good afternoon. How are you doing? Let's finally get around to playing this. Flashing lights and vivid colors. All right. Does not use the mouse. Ooh, okay. That's the first I've... You can't see anything. Okay, give me a second. Is it like flickering? It is flickering. If I hop on the computer to see better, well, yeah, that might help as soon as you're able to actually see the game. Let me see if I can get that fixed here. I think I did. Yeah, I'll get the audio in a second. I was not sure why that wasn't working. That worries me. Split. There we go. So the game does not use the mouse. Keyboard only, huh? Toggle VSync is V. Interesting. Toggle full screen is home. Page up, page down for volume. This is an interesting way to do it. Got a Discord. Everybody has a Discord. Mike Klubnica. All right. I canceled my PS Plus subscription last night. I already canceled my Xbox subscription. I'm gonna start cutting ties with a lot of my subscription garbage. Just a side note to everything that's going on. Oh, I can't backspace. I don't even know what I pressed. I don't know if it matters. It doesn't matter. I hope I don't have to use that again. Victor is now AFK. I remember using AFK. Let me know as soon as you get the case. Okay. Doesn't matter what I press. I get it. I get it. That's pretty cool. It just takes like any key press. So you got the simulated feeling of actually typing what they're typing, but you're not typing it. That's a clever way of doing that. I'm telling you like you don't know. You're the only person here. It's the same one as the photographs. I think I'm just doing the whole streamer thing. It's like, hey, if anybody watches the VOD. You're not spoiling? Yeah, it's all good. What portable of what they used to have in the engine? Just need you to send me the transfer ID after you run the hardware like we talked about. Okay. Back end is mostly the same. Oh, fuck that. I don't have... I type faster. I don't have experience with this kit. I'm out. So that was me and Axel and... Wait, I'm Axel. Okay, got it. And then Victor's in here, apparently. You know it's too late for that since when are you scared of death? Death is the least of my worries. Being dragged into the facility is what scares me. Okay, listen. Yes, it's an unfamiliar piece, but its purpose is the same. More than likely, the other models use the same code base. The front end was the main improvement, always has been. Yeah, Victor's back. And you were very remote. How long did it take us to crack a newer model? 10 minutes. Trust will have this one open just as fast. So I had her take the LK912 field kit instead. Handles requests off an older server, everything else is relatively the same. Guess I'll see from the... Can I not type this faster? Come on. Guess I'll see from the config. It's the reason you couldn't spoof the handshake on the newer one. Guess they patched it. Once it connects to the server and the beacon goes off, you have around 15 minutes. We'll keep you posted. Didn't pull the local files from it beforehand. There's really nothing to worry about. And to be clear, this isn't me disregarding the stakes. I've worked with a hardware designer. We're chilling. I thought that was an incomplete sentence. We're chilling. Alright. We doing this or not? Fuck it. I'm guessing everyone has their way out now. I'm good. Same. What about you, Axel? Yeah, I think I've got a way out, I assume. I have a way out. Yep. Well, like I said, he'd prefer that over being taken to this facility. Self. Let's get started then. Boot it up, send me the LFS ID from the field kit's files. Since it's an older kit, local files shouldn't be protected. Should be able to connect to the field kit and copy them. LFS ID should be somewhere in the config folder once you've got the files from the kit. Hold Alt. Okay. Okay, so I use the arrow keys to look around. Or with SOD, apparently. Your mind is at ease. Key thoughts are represented visually in the environment. Acknowledge them at any time by typing. Press space to accept. You? Oh, I have to actually type the word. Okay. Okay, what do we have? Yep. Contract not found. I believe all activity, so keeping notes. Show information on available commands. Yeah, I just did that. LS for listing files, CD navigate. Okay, so it's basically DOS commands. I didn't really ever use LS though. I would use like DIR. Open, edit the contents of the file with supported format, nano, clear the console, probe. Okay. Can I do DIR? No. You're not going to allow that. Okay. Like bash. I never use bash. So. So we got utils, tools, downloads, games. Let's see what's in there. Cunning Gauntlet 2D, Dungeons of Blood and Dream. Automaton Heart, Queen's Domain, hey! Burden Street, Strathtat, Goblin America, Elation for the Wonderbox 6000, what? Slamfire, Threshold, I won't let you level up in my Goblin Town, that sounds like an anime now. Iwar, Subjectivation, Cruel, Heavy as Stone, Repunk. What was the... Oh, not that. Help. There was... yeah. We're gonna use this game to play another game. Due to an unsupported file format. Damn. Or corrupted content. Strathtat. Yeah, I've heard that's pretty fun. It's been a while since I really spent time navigating DOS, like the late 90s that I was doing that. I was like 10? 11 maybe? What do we have in here? Off keygen. Okay. Like to crack a game. Quick notes. Hole mounter. HKRC24. I think that's where the chat was. Maybe. I'm just, by default, out of habit, I'm just trying to type DIR. It's not going to work. Let's see. Crap, I'm just navigating and I forgot what I was supposed to be doing. Oh, it's a directory. Crap. That would make sense. What am I missing here? Oh, that's where the chat is. I forgot. I didn't realize I had two monitors. Okay. Okay. Somewhere LFS ID issue somewhere in the config folder once you got the files in the kits. Got it. I think. Unique machine number. I don't have a unique machine number for this thing. Maybe just probe. Mobile phone audio system, portable radio, field kit. Yeah, this is a field kit, right? Unique machine number 5080. There we go. Established connection with UMN 5080 field kit. Available commands. Connect to remote KCOM server. Update firmware credentials. Copy unprotected local files. Light mount directory. It's not registered in the trusted devices list. Hole mounter. Oh crap. Okay. How do I get out of this exit? Okay, there we go. Was it in tools? Yeah. Okay, got it. Was the number 5080 for that thing? I think it was. Was it edit? I think it was edit. Nano. And how am I getting this wrong? I keep forgetting. Nano. Trusted devices. Data. Here we go. Yeah, there's a list of trusted devices there. It is not there. Read only removable. Size list of trusted devices. Okay. True, but I don't know, just I think I prefer a clean screen start over sometimes. But yeah, I'll do that. Control key sequence sensitivity to control. Okay. Oh, okay, just go down and edit like this. Got it. I don't think I need anything down here. Hope not. Just exit save changes? Yes. Control backspace also works. But go up or Okay, where was I? Right, page up and down as well. Oh yeah, up and down to go through previous commands. Right. Got it. See what you're saying. Command history. Yeah, like yeah, just like DOS. A lot of command prompts. I do like how this very it feels very good in terms of like emulating a DOS prompt or a command prompt. Okay. Fun. Holy shit, what? I got access to the security garage doors. They can just override it, stop messing around. Still buy some time though. How many trucks are there? At least 200. Imagine having a hangar like that and you don't air gap the network. Entire place is held up by duct tape, you'd be surprised. I've worked here longer than you. Am I supposed to be jealous now? What are we hacking, an Amazon center? What do you mean? You know what I mean. Well, at least I didn't write interrogation presets. I have a lot of complaints regarding the quality of the in-game terminal. Yeah. You work in engine code, which is your branch. Every single person here, including you, is going to hell. I think we're already in hell. I think it's just that you don't often see decent command prompts like this with a complex set of instructions and folders and everything. It's a hurdle for a lot of people, and this is becoming, unless you're computer geek like we can be, unless you're into Linux, using command prompts, most people are not using command prompts anymore. DOS is not necessary for most things. So this has a barrier of entry that you and I are good with, but a lot of people won't be. And then that was one thing with Fortune's Run, is that there is some, you can avoid it because of the way the game's designed, but there are terminals in that game that function as command lines like this, that it's a, I guess you can call it a hacking mini game, but you need to follow the instructions and learn how the system operates and work within the system. It's not a mini game, it's an in-game system that you have to then navigate and figure out how to operate. So I like that. So I'm hoping we can get a 1.0 out of that before too awfully long here, and that way I can just kind of jump back into that, give it the time it deserves. Okay. How's it looking, Axel? Did you get the ID from the config? I got further than that. Wait, I'm supposed to type here, right? From the config? What am I looking for? Oh, it should be in the config folder once you got the files from the kit. Yeah. Just like using the terminal in general, I have to, sometimes I have some uses for it sometimes. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, I don't really use any command lines for much of anything anymore. Okay, got the files from the kit. I need to go to the config folder and get this ID, the LFS ID. Okay. Problem is when, like, if I'm streaming, my attention is a little bit split. And so it's harder to focus, and this game needs some focus. Alright, let me see. Emulated? Yeah, JSON file. Probably need to do the, is it nano? I don't think I'm just gonna be able to open it. Ooh, I can. Okay. New alert. firmware version. OFS ID, there it is. 621918. LFS low latency file streaming ID. Okay. 621918. Not that I have to remember it. Looking at the config right now, shit is ancient. It's running KCOM. There's still servers handling requests. Or has power. Some guy told me they're still running. Did he ask for your name? Was he suspicious? No, but he did ask for my number. I'll need a sheet of active inmate registrations and a schematic of the KCOM server junction to spoof the handshake. Oh, still my turn. The authorization key gen I can handle. Yeah, I think I did find that file. Victor says I got the schematic. Victor says, which one do you mean? One with 7 columns, inmate numbers, etc. Go to Platinum Corporate Sponsor. What? I don't know what that means. That sounds good. Alright, got a schematic file. Is the worm ready to go? Did you route the trace to the field kit? Well, yeah, I know what Godot is. I should have clarified. I know Godot. I even downloaded it at one point, looked at it for a little bit, considering can I make a game, and concluded no, probably not. Yeah, I don't know what the Platinum Corporate Sponsor, what that's about. Donates an absolute fuckload of money. To Godot. Well, that's good. I feel like I'm getting to a point where, as far as companies go, like especially PC related, it's gonna get to a point where I'm really only gonna want to support like good old games and engines like Godot that aren't. Hopefully, they don't lean into AI at any point. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, Godot has been taking a pretty hard-edged stance on that. Oh man. Worm is good to go. Let me know when you connect to the server and I'll see whether they catch it. We're gonna get the trace, one can hope. KCOM server key should let me in. Right. Probably need to go all the way back. it's schematic 09 that they sent me. Yeah. That's what I wanted. Quick notes. Hole mounter. What I want. No, I'm looking for the auth key generation. Authorization key. Where was that? Where did I find it? Not type. Okay. What would I use that for? Funny notepad. Yeah, no, I just don't know what I would take a note on. Like right now, like, I'll keep it in mind. I might come up with something I want to put on there. And man, I swear that I found this file before I had the simulated folder. Oh, there it is. It's in the downloads folder. All right. Set up prerequisite arguments. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do with that. I gotta do something with this. I'm wondering what's on those monitors. Obviously, nothing I need right now, but I'm just curious. Okay, so yeah, I need to check the documents. I don't recognize some of these file names, these extensions, so I don't really... I'm a little confused on what they were expecting from me when I got these. Right there. Let's do this. Okay, so it looks like we only have 2 servers here that are not out of order. RX1. What was this even? Oh. Damn. Not sure I need this yet. Oh, don't do that. Server address, registered inmate number, okay. Reference input number, okay, okay. So, ACOM. Okay, I got it, okay. First, I need the server address. And I don't know, doesn't matter which of the active servers I pick. Do I just pick one of the 4? 8-digit addresses, though. 6549752. Yep. Crap. Ah, got the number I was gonna print. 654. there a specific one that I'm looking for? I guess I could just try one. It doesn't seem like there isn't a specific inmate that I have to use. Well, I guess maybe one that's listed as NA. I'm missing some information. I feel like that might be better. No, I need a registration number, don't I? Some of them don't have that. Shot in the dark at this point. Union 012. Okay, I think I got it. But this was reference number, server addresses. That was it. Oh, crap. Hit the wrong number. I missed the number at the end. I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't done. Oh, I put that. Crap. Try it again. There we go. Handshake creep seeker inmate number rejected. I bet you I know why. Hey there, Nitro. How you doing? Yeah. Thanks AI, thanks corporate meddling with the market. I was grabbing an inmate number. Yep. Sorry about that, Nitro. I would say I'm trying not to think about it, but no, that's impossible. It's everything surrounding us is just creating the situations we're in, so yay! Everything sucks and I can't just enjoy my hobby anymore. What inmate number do I need to grab here? You know, I bet you I know. I bet you I know what happened. 2877, no wait, 287795. 795, right? That's what I said. Right. Yeah, I'm gonna try not to go on that long tirade, but I think one thing that's really just starting to wear me out right now is the fact that we've gone from an economy that It makes things that people want to buy, gets people excited for new things, and we're getting into an economy where they're funneling us into the only things that we can buy. There's no options, there's no competition, and everything's getting prohibitively expensive, and we can't complain. What else are we gonna do? We can just... The protest is just not buying it. Just dropping companies, leaving. We don't need it that badly. And it can be disappointing and frustrating, but there are forms of protest that do work. It's different this time, and I never believe them. Crypto Rush has always been about basically funneling money to the rich assholes who want all of your money. It's a scam. It is worldwide, yeah. I mean, in this context, especially when I talk about the economy, I just mean the whole economy. It's all tied together. Like, it's an international economy. So, it's all fucked. Alright, let's try this again. And I think, by and large, like, having an international economy where all these countries rely on each other, having that operate in a healthy way, I think, is a strength. The more that we rely on each other, the less likely we are to blow each other up. But the problem is that we're fracturing right now, and there's more and more people who just want their own shit. They want for themselves, and they don't care about the health of other countries or allies or any of that. They're just me. So we're dismantling. Well, there's a couple things here going on. There's the selfishness they just want for themselves at the expense of everybody else. But then there's the major corporations that are working together to profit each other, which of course is profiting themselves. They're scheming and manipulating things and making it so that everything is expensive and nobody has any money anymore because it's all going to them. It's on purpose. Let me see. So I need to set up the... So I'm going to do... server address. 3... 5... No, it's the other way around. And it doesn't remember what I input for the program, just the other command line. There we go. One local device with a connection socket for the given authorization key. Now what? Not LS. Okay. I did the thing. It's applied. I'm getting a little lost. What's it getting applied to? Like, what do I do now? That's where I'm getting a little mixed up on here. That's right, that's what that was. Oh, just clear that. Anything nice from the Steam sale? There's a few things. Was there a new Steam sale I missed, or the one that's been going on for a few days? I can connect. What am I might have distracted myself here. Like, what am I connecting? What am I doing? And that's been going on. Yeah, there's a lot of good deals there. I'm trying not to pick up too much right now. Best grabbing schedule 1. I've heard that was fun. Not my kind of thing, I think, but. Yeah, let's just say this full. Nothing there. Okay. And PDFs. Oh yeah, Beyond Citadel. I've played a little bit of Citadel. Kind of liked it. Flat Earth Simulator. Oh man. I remember you talking about that at one point. The trailer looked interesting. These are torture methods. You're watching the God Eater series. Enjoy. Like, one of these torture methods is to make them write a 50-page academic paper using a rough piece of charcoal. It's impossible for the academic paper to be accepted. Christmas music is played in the inner right ear of the user for the duration of the preset. Confined in a sauna, constant temperature of 110 Celsius whilst wearing generic winter clothing that are attached to the skin with cured epoxy resin adhesive. Confined to a zero gravity space with no light. That's practically a sensory deprivation chamber. Right. I already did that earlier. Right! Yeah, I forgot I do. I don't just have this console, I have the other device that I have to connect to and use. I had to disconnect from the device to be able to take care of a few things, to then come back. Got it. Got it. There's the authorization token being used. Failed to set up trace fraud, no root access. It's broadcasting its location. Well, shit. I can't do anything. Just like part of the locker to the screen. Well, you kind of they probably don't want you to miss the specific things happening here. Basically a cutscene. Destroy receipt. Auto PR. How do I destroy the receipt? How many passwords did it try? It even tried 1234, 1234. Cartman, Calvin, Hooker, Trinity, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, A, 1988, ha ha ha. Pakistan. Private. Thumper. Random names in here. Kawasaki. Barbie. 1, 2, 3, 6, 4, 5. Internet. This probably goes on forever. Sublime, Blonde, 1982. Bunch of fours. Bubble. Mountain, Cookie, Maria. Pontiac. Raiders, Chicago. Cooper. Danger. Let me be paranoid and look around. Fair. That could work too. Crazy the password was just good. That is a good password. Except it wasn't. Okay, so I'm supposed to destroy the receipt, it says. Like, technically that would be like I gotta pull it and get rid of it, but I don't have a control for that. I got root access. Who passes that? Make it quick, they caught the trace. Victor, you see anything? Four trucks are firing up. Convoy's moving out quick now. Worm is running. Give it like 30 seconds. What does that sound? Victor is typing. The security running north to the facility. Anything south? Doesn't look like it. Then we're safe. You have a read, is it working? Macro centrifuge should have stopped by now, right? Ooh. Went down for a second, but it's back up. How the hell is the centrifuge still running? Nothing's changing. How far are the trucks? Can I make a run for it? No, just wait. Run where? I don't know. What about now? Centrifuge is steady at 98%. Then we're screwed. Let's run it again. If you're in the server by the time they get Axel, we're next. It's too risky. Might not get another chance. Shut the fuck up and let's get this over with. All they'll find is an old field kit, wiped discs, and some former tech hanging from the ceiling. You have no trace. They'll think I'm some preset junkie. I was expecting this. What do you mean hanging from the ceiling? It's my way out. And what do you want me to say? No, it's not. Your brain won't be destroyed, they'll plug you in the machine. What? I'm pretty sure it would be, though. I mean, once it stops firing, I feel like there's probably some damage already done. I don't know. You have any power tools, firearms? Trucks will be there soon now. There's no easy way to say this, but you'll have to find another way. And Victor has left the channel. So sorry we fucked up, Axel. If we're gonna try again, then we have to split now. They said the thing! I have no other way out. I didn't think that through. Sarah has left the channel. I'm all alone. Your mind is in despair. Key thoughts must now be acknowledged quickly, or else you risk ending your life with an undesirable conclusion. Okay. Potential. Withdrawal. Not now. Brushless drill. Good thing I can type. Final evidence. Trucks are here. Abject hazard. Convex injury. Clearly European cigarette pack. The drill is fucking dead. Oh, did I miss it? Lobotomy. Did I miss the last letter on that? Psychological barrier. Oh my god. Hold steady. Oh my god, man. Penetrate. I don't wanna... Oh. Jesus Christ. Is this the desirable good ending?
check his vitals?
Yeah, he's dead.
Where the hell did he get all this hardware?
Look,
What?
the brain is screwed.
November 4th, 2082.
What the... How did he...
Turn that off. Let's keep driving. We're almost clear. Are you sure about all this? Okay, think about it. You have a choice between a noose and a screwdriver to the brain. Which one do you pick? The noose. So why didn't he use it? I don't know. Because somebody told him, goddammit. We weren't fast enough. Now they think we're in on it. They're gonna break us. They're gonna put us in the machine forever. We're the only trace. But we weren't in on it. I know. Confusion's gone down in 20 years. It was him, but he wasn't alone. Wouldn't we go after the technicians first? The others? There is no trace. What part of this do you not understand? He short-circuited the damn hard drive. This is some random preset junkie would be fine. But they almost got the centrifuge. Our convoy is the only loose end. You know the fuck is a tracker, right? Doesn't matter. They'll get us anyway. So we do it before they get there. With what? Pellet guns? You want trauma? A fucking screwdriver? We can't even take our helmets off. Driver?
Oh my god.
No. Why? Scared? Six corpses for a drive. Who's gonna do me after I run you over the stubborn prick? What about drowning? We can make it to the coast. Doesn't work. The truck or the jet, right? Yeah, so wrong. So we jacked up the front of the truck and drop it. About 3 times. Between 2 tires. Work. Yeah.
The fact that this is a discussion. Damn. Well, I see why you wanted me to play this. It's interesting. It's really good. It's short but sweet. And honestly, I am pretty tired these days of movies and games and everything just like shying away. Yeah, I'm tired of a lot of media shying away from heavy topics, difficult topics. It's just like they don't want to upset anybody, and so we're not even going to talk about suicide. We're not going to have any characters who maybe, they kill themselves, or I feel like we're doing a disservice to people by like trying to ignore everything to keep it squeaky clean. And of course, we have YouTube demonetizing people if they say things like die or suicide. Oh, we're not going to pay you now. You said the word suicide. So we have to say unalive. It's complete bullshit. And if you're not, ending one of two, if you're not able to address difficult topics, you're not able to handle difficult topics when you need to. So this is very interesting. It's newspeak. I really need to reread 1984 again. I think I still have a copy somewhere around here. Yeah, this is really good. I want to see the other ending. I'm pretty sure I can speed run my way there now. So, the other ending is just screwing up at the end, I think, right? Ooh, can I just continue? Another game that shows a little bit more of the machine they were talking about. Oh, really? I would like to... Yeah, I'm curious. What is that? Oh, perfect. I can just start right here and totally fuck it up. I'm not gonna screw up everything right out the door. I'm curious about the other game. I think probably screwing up the first few sections here is not a big deal. I think it's as they get closer, as they're trying to bust in, I think that's when I really need to nail it. If I were trying to get the good ending. Unsorted Horror. Okay. It's the last game. Oh. I didn't destroy the evidence, and I didn't destroy my brain.
You check his vitals?
Yeah, he's dead.
Where the hell did he get all this hardware?
Come on. I'll be moving.
No reason to carry the whole body, I guess.
Centrifuge dropped to 40. Shit, really? I thought it was stable. It is now. They didn't account for the fail-safe. Hey, I thought it was just him. I don't think so. Place had camo on the roof, a field kit, facility hardware. I think they're screwed. You really think one guy can knock down the centrifuge, even for a second? Then why did he hang himself? Doesn't make sense. I guess they didn't know any better. Anyway, we'll find out soon enough. You think they'll break him? They will.
Okay, I was hoping for a little more to see, like, what happens. But, yeah, it's more of just a fail state. They kind of know what's going on. They got your head. So... What's up with Sony? What's not up with Sony these days? That's right. When I went on my tirade the other day, Twitch hadn't told you I was streaming, so you weren't really there for all that. It's just a combination of things. The recent thing, the most recent thing is like, honestly, it's to a point where if I'm just like scrolling through YouTube videos, half of them are, granted it's an algorithm, but half of them are people complaining about Sony announcing that January 2028, no more disc games. Yeah, well, yeah, for the PS5, they're probably ramping that up for the PS6 so that they don't have to do anything disc related for the 6. The 6 is going to have an AI-based architecture as well, what is another thing they've recently made clear. So the PS6 is going to be AI-based. We're not going to have discs anymore, no more physical media from them. And at the same time, they've removed or are removing something like 500 movies that people have individually purchased due to licensing expiration. Like, you may own these games or these movies. It's not part of a streaming service. They're owned through Sony that you can then play on your Sony media, probably just on your PlayStation. You have you purchased a digital copy of it, and I guess even if you have it downloaded, I don't know what the options are there, because they can no longer sell it. You can no longer watch it. It's not a streaming service. You bought the movies and they are pulling them from your ownership. PS6 hallucinate games. I don't think we're going to quite go there, but I do think that the architecture is going to be, I think it's going to be largely kind of like DLSS, that makes everything run a little faster based on what was created underneath the AI upscaling. So I still figure that the system is going to have a real baseline. It's not going to be a whole hallucination, but a lot of it's going to be probably programmed and based on systems that operate primarily with AI. And then, what was the other thing? Oh yeah, Sony, let me actually let me get out a split here. Again, thank you for the recommendation. I like this, and I will look up the other one as well. So along with no physical media, PlayStation is now offering for you to lease your PlayStation, to basically rent your PlayStation. So that once you're, I mean, if it's anything like a car lease, you can buy out the lease or wrap up the lease and own it, but like you can't, they're shying away, they're steering away from you actually owning the console outright, buying it, owning it, having it. Frequently asked questions like, seriously, what the fuck? Yes, you'll own nothing and be happy. I've never had a problem with that phrase, but more and more I'm realizing is like, yes, people have been right all along. That's the point. They want you to constantly pay them month after month after month for the privilege of playing the product that they're forcing you to not own. Like, 12, 24, or 36 month term to enjoy even lower monthly payments. I don't want everything to be on a monthly payment. I want to own some of the things that I have. Granted, it doesn't mean right now, this doesn't mean immediately that you cannot own a PlayStation 5 or a PlayStation 6, but this does mean that it's making it easier for them to justify raising the prices more and more and more and more and more. Because if the system is $1,500 or $2,000, it's easier to justify $20 a month versus $2,000 out of pocket. It's like, yeah, I can do $20 this month, and next month, and the month after, and the month after. I'll just maybe cancel Netflix until a new show comes on, and you're just constantly shifting between payment plans and subscription services, and like, you don't actually ever own anything. And eventually, it's like, we're not going to have anything to give to friends or to pass on to kids, or it's going to be harder and harder and harder to share anything that you used to enjoy because it doesn't exist anymore. And Sony really, despite, I know this was like a whole 2 generations ago now, but they were bragging about the PS4 because Microsoft is steering away from physical games at the time. And Sony was like, how do you share games on the PlayStation 4? You hand them to your friends. Look at us, we're the good guys. Now we're nearing the end of the PS5 life cycle, and they're doing a complete 180 on that. They're spearheading the push to digitize everything so that they have complete control over the product after you've purchased it. And the purchase is strictly permission. You paid for permission, you don't own anything. They're pushing it. Yeah, if the service is good, I'll pay for it, but too many things are a service these days. And like right now, there's some TV shows I'm watching that are only available streaming, like on Apple specifically, which is annoying to me because I hate Apple. But there's a few shows that I'm watching that I only have access to through streaming. Once I'm done with those, I'm going to cancel that. Uh, but things like this, like consoles, I wanted to be able to own my console. I hope they don't get rid of that option. I feel like they're looking at it. It's going to get to a point where the systems they sell won't have any power of their own because it's all cloud streaming. So you need to always be online to use the console that you purchased. There's no offline feature for the console. We know they want that. Because then if you're online all the time, they can always verify everything about your console usage and ownership. And it's to the point. Like I canceled my PlayStation Plus subscription last night, I believe, and I've had that for years, like without fail. I've tweaked it from time. I've had the lower end subscription for a long time. Occasionally, I'll bump it up to a higher end subscription if there's a few games I want access to check out or some classic games I want to replay, and then I'll bump it back down. But I've had it online for years as I wanted to play Dark Souls online, Elden Ring, plenty of other games. I like the monthly games they release, not all of them, but I like the option to claim something that maybe I'll get around to playing. There's perks. $10 a month is not that big of a deal to me, but I just straight up canceled it at this point. I don't know that I've missed a month of free games. And at this point, Sony has become the like absolute outright villain. Like, fuck them. I'm tired of this. Not going to do this anymore. So I've got some games I'm still playing through on my PlayStation. I'm not going to burn it or make any major like symbolic statements. I'm not going to like go outside with a hammer with it and I'll record it, put it on YouTube. I'm not going to do anything crazy, but like they're not going to get my money. My protest will be cancellation. I'm not going to buy digital games. I'm going to wipe out my wish list. I'm just going to buy physical games on there. For the most part, digital games that I want to play on the PlayStation anyway are usually on Steam. And it's not going to seriously harm me. It's not going to impact my life negatively to not play some games. I will live. It's fine. Yeah, I've been giving away free games all the time. Yeah. Have you seen what was it Tim Sweeney? The things he's been saying about Steam are so transparently, pathetically, like, look at them, they're bad, they're being bad. Steam is annoying and wrong. They're not as cool as us. Like he's saying that Steam is missing out on business because they're not supporting Fortnite. Swantini. Where's his they're missing out on a lot of opportunity that I think they could have. They took more forward-looking open view that Epic has taken and Microsoft has taken. Steam's got a pretty sweet business. A lot of gamers love Steam, but imagine if you could have Steam on all the platforms. What if you could have it on iPhone? What if you could have it on Android? What if they carried a lot of games? They have a nice thing going on PC, but they reach what percentage of the PC audience? What percentage of the PC audience? Like, they really got a small share of PC gamers, right? They're just like, they could do so much better than they're already doing. They could have even more yachts. They don't reach any of the Fortnite audience. They don't have Fortnite and Riot games and Genshin Impact and many of the top games in the industry on Steam. I don't think they're heartbroken by this. I don't think they care. They shouldn't care. They're doing fine. They're doing great. Not true. Buy from whatever store has the best price and supports the developers the most. Yeah, I arguably, I think we could probably say this. Steam maybe doesn't support developers the most because of the share of the profits they take, but I think that argument only goes so far. Just, yeah, I don't know. Maybe Steam could do better by the developers. I don't think they need quite as much money as they have, especially compared to how much Steam actually produces. I obviously they're excellent as a platform. Their controllers are top notch. Their new PC is of course, unfortunately got hit by the RAM prices, but sounds like it's also not really quite. It's more of a niche market for that one. Yeah. I don't understand why people complain about Epic Storefront. I mean, it's not, it's not excellent, but it's not bad. It's fine. Talked to a bunch of developers who choose to publish on Steam. A lot of them argue that Steam has so many great features that for developers isn't much of an issue. Okay, that's good to hear. Like I don't know personally, but that is really good to hear. Yeah, Valve is known for just like they've made that argument that pirating happens when you're unfriendly to the customer base, when you make game preservation or the acquisition of games difficult, when you make it prohibitively expensive, or you're not publishing the games. They need to be available and reasonably priced so that people can purchase what they want to purchase within reason. So it's not that hard, but so many companies are trying to make it complicated. They're trying to fight piracy as opposed to it's just like how people deal with like homelessness. When it's treated as a crime, you're not fixing the problem. What got people there? And honestly, a lot of the time, what gets people homeless is that maybe they're just really shitty. They've got mental health issues, maybe that makes them just unpredictable. There's a lot of reasons that people can be homeless, but often people also become homeless because the systems are impossible to live within. They lose a job, they can't get a job, one thing after another, and all of a sudden they're living out of their car. Like these things happen. But then they get treated as criminals because they're parked on a curb and sleeping overnight in their vehicle. You're not supposed to do that. Well, what are you supposed to do? Fix the problem. A lot of Steam features behind the scenes we don't see developers love. Don't see that developers love. Yeah. Who actually complains? They have the giant companies. Steam tax eats into their profits. Gamers lap it up because think of the indie games. Propaganda the companies propagate themselves. Indie devs are fine. They're not going to starve over the Steam tax. Yep. More and more it's becoming clearer that the people with the most money are the ones who are going to, they're the ones who are going to complain when things are good for the rest of us, and then they're going to complain on our behalf when something's not working for them. And I've made this argument recently where there is a handful of millionaires, or billionaires I should say. Millionaires are closer to the poor than billionaires are, but there's been like major CEOs starting to argue for legislation to keep people on the lower end of the income to pay no taxes. It's like, hey, you guys don't need to pay taxes. You guys are making less than $100,000 a year. You don't pay taxes. You keep your money. We're going to give you that peace offering. But if only rich want lower tax gas, like all of this, yes, exactly. And that's my thing, is I realized the other day is like they want us to not pay taxes and let them pay all the taxes so that they have even more influence over how those taxes are used. It's like, why are you letting them dictate? Why are you letting all of these poor people dictate to the government what the government does with the government's money when that money was our money? Amazon, we gave you all the money. Why aren't you doing what we want to do? They shouldn't have a say. They didn't pay you. So they treat it as helping the little guy, but in reality, it's to claim even more power and influence over our governments and the decisions they make. It's as much as people complain about our taxes being misused, we cannot make that complaint if it's not our taxes, if it's not our money. We'll have other things to complain about, but if we're paying into the government, it's a direct contribution to the society that surrounds us. And if it's being misused, we have every right to speak up about it. We can't lose that. I know low-selling indie games, sorry, we're closed, right? Sold on Steam and got one hell of a payout for being on Epic as a freebie, and they have free publicity for the next project. Nice. I do worry about the freebies, the like new games coming out and being immediately in these paid subscription services. I know you talked about that too, but I forgot I was going to change something before the stream and I didn't do it. But yeah, the freebie program, I understand that probably being very, very beneficial to people whose sales have pretty much dried up and they need funding for, like I said, the next project, and that gives them additional visibility and publicity. So I see the benefit of that, definitely. But having a new game that you built up hype over being part of a free, quote unquote, free subscription service right out the door, I feel like that's got to sabotage you in a lot of ways. Did I see the new Call of Duty adverts? No, I have not come across that, and I actively avoid Call of Duty generally. Oh, why? What's up? Was it this thing where Modern Warfare 4 is coming to Game Pass, but not for a long time? Oh, it'll be on Game Pass eventually. For a year. All right. Oh, and he's saying Steam's AI disclosure is irresponsible. You're just asshole. All right. Lock-in campaign early access, not on Xbox Game Pass this year. Pre-order now. It's interesting that they have to state that. Also, what is this, in Japan or something, or China? That 4 is drawn in a very interesting way. North and South Korea. Okay. There's similarities, not being racist, promise. North Korea, South Korea, New York, Paris, and Mumbai. Interesting. Still not going to play it. It's not Homefront 2. Yeah. Okay. All right, tell you what, guys. Oh no, let's go ahead and go over this real quick. Tim Sweeney talking about Steam being irresponsible for putting AI tags. Let's see what he means. Why? Because it makes it much, much, much harder for a game developer to have a chance of success. Oh no. AI slop won't be as successful. How terrible. Epic Games CEO argued that AI tools should be viewed as productivity tools that allow smaller teams and indie studios to compete with bigger games like Fortnite. Like, he wants that. He believes Valve's AI disclosure requirements makes it harder for those developers to compete with the incumbents because the labels create a hater community trying to kill the game. No, they're not trying to kill the game, they're trying to kill AI. What an asshole. Yeah, he doesn't care. He doesn't want indie games to compete with Fortnite, and Fortnite's making him a ton of money. He's saying this because he just wants Steam to look bad. Yep, it's just mad because Steam is still a dominating game storefront. Most of if not all games in the Epic Store are on Steam. Yep. If a game on Epic uses AI, if it's on Steam as well, it's forced to call themselves out regardless of if Epic wants people to know it or not. So if you like buying games on Epic, or Epic's got it on sale but Steam doesn't, you can look at it at Steam and go, oh, it has AI, and now you've removed it from your Epic wishlist. Yes, it just fucking sucks. And it's always disappointing when you have a good game or a promising game that does a lot of things right, and maybe the grand majority of the game was produced with human effort, and then you find out that some art on the wall was produced with AI. It's always disappointing. It's like, this is great, this is great, this is great, this is great, I love this, I love this. Oh, come on. Why? You put so much effort into the rest of this, you couldn't commission an artist for a few murals? Why? I understand costs, I understand that indie developers can't always put in that much effort, but that's why you start small. You build what you can. You build up your development team, you build up your resources, your skill sets and all that, and you work your way there. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, look at s.p.l.i.t. Hour-long game, really cool, really creative. Granted, that's not necessarily, from what you're saying, it doesn't sound like that's from somebody who's just trying to get by. Oh yeah, Buckshot Roulette, there's Unsorted Horror, okay. Yeah, okay, yeah, that looks familiar. So I'm gonna have to make this thing possibly in another stream. Maybe this one. My plan though was to check out Ibis Am and work my way towards Arctic Eggs. But I do wonder if maybe I should make those their own separate thing. I didn't know this is also the same people who did Buckshot Roulette. Interesting. Yeah, that's generally how I feel. It does make me feel a little more, like I said, disappointed. Feels a little weird when I see some elements of AI in a game, but like, there's a guy who works for me in our team, and I think I've talked about this before. We had to. His job has been getting more and more difficult over like year after year. The job that he's doing has been getting harder to handle, and we aren't really able to hire an additional person to have two people on his team, just him and one other person that I oversee. So I partly hired him because I knew that like he's actively like an innovator. He wants to make things, he wants to improve on things, and I knew he could do the job, and I knew that he would find a way to improve, to innovate the job. And he ended up like right out the door came up with a system, a program that he could put together that would organize everything. Would have forms that people can submit to give him the information he needs. I'm trying to be vague, but it would be an active program, something that it would be on a server, people would access through the internet, so that it's easier just to manage everything that's going on. And he's been developing that for the past year. It's about to officially launch, and through this process, I made sure it's like he personally knows how to code and how to program, how to make things. He's good at this. He's also using Claude to generate code, and I was very upfront at the beginning. Is like, if you're going to use Claude, I want to make sure you understand the code that's being used. You know how to proofread it and fix it and verify the integrity of what's coming out of it, and he does. And that's the only reason that I allowed it. So I don't mind it as a tool to get the job done, but you got to understand the job you're doing, and the product has to be what you wanted, made intentionally, not something that it threw at you and you're like, oh, that looks good, let's use that. Like, no, it has to be very intentional. So I don't mind it so much as a tool, definitely, but it's when it's used constantly as a shortcut for creative efforts, now you've lost me. It needs to come from, if it's creative, it needs to come from a personal place, personal experience, personal skill sets, for it to feel like it means anything at all. VOTV. Oh yeah, Voices of the Void. Sorry, I always keep forgetting the acronym. Voices of the Void has one AI image in the game as far as I know, but you don't ever hear people talking about it because it's good. Yeah, if there's one, like, I think there was like an AI tapestry in Tainted Grail. I think it was AI. It didn't look quite right to me, but I don't hate the game. Tainted Grail is awesome. It's just a little disappointing. Coffee machine. Image is made so from afar looks like a skull. What? But yeah, to your point, Nitro. My concern is that people are going to be using this more so frequently that even the existing skills they have, they're not going to be using them as much, and it's going to erode. They're going to forget because they're having to generate code that they understood at one point, and they're not going to be able to like pull it from memory at some point. If we have a complete AI crash, Claude shuts down, are you still going to be able to do your job? Are you going to be able to actually produce the code? Or are you only ever good at like reviewing it, making sure that it's working properly? I mean, you got to understand it to review it, but we've already seen that using AI has been teaching people to not think. And if you're using AI to learn, you're not learning how to think. You're not learning how to write or how to even process information. You just tell computer to think for you. I need a paragraph. Here's a paragraph. Great. Let me send it to my teacher. And you're done. It's screwing us over mentally. So yeah, I refuse to use it. The only places that I actually use it are usually when search engines throw it in front of me and I'm reading and I'm like, shit, it's an AI summary. Okay, what's the source? It's a pretty amazing tool to turn sprite art into a 3D model. I want the reverse. A 3D model powered by AI. That does sound interesting. I don't think I'd want game designers using that. But, alright, tell you what guys, I'm gonna make some coffee. I'm gonna re-up on my liquid uppers here. Gonna come back and I'm probably gonna play it, was it Idris I Am? Whatever the hell. Let me think about that. Because we just played Split, I might give the other one a shot. Because at some point I do want to make it a point, like a few, probably going to be like, I don't know, 4 or 5 straight streams, that I'm going to be focusing on the Arctic Eggs dev. The people making about fishing and all this. Like, I want to play through their games. I want to see what the hell this weird nature documentary is about. So I should probably make that a separate focus. This stream I should probably pivot over to the other games that Aurora was talking about. So let me think that over. Let me get some coffee so that I can think, and then we'll get there. I'll be back. Alrighty, well, thanks for hopping in. I will see you later. Alrighty. Yeah, let's go ahead and play Unsorted Horror. See what else this developer has been doing. And apparently it gives you some additional context into s.p.l.i.t. So that'll be nice. Give it a shot. See what's going on here. Music by Jabu. We need audio. Get out of that. Perfect. Unsorted Horror is a collection of experimental first-person horror games. Most of the games are very short, 10 to 15 minutes, and are designed to be played through in one sitting. They do not feature save mechanics. Longer titles that feature save mechanics will be marked with a disc icon. The other side. Out there is death, out there is nothing. The Other Side from 2022. Puzzle horror game where you secretly drill through a reinforced metal wall using a janky drill. You have to repair and maintain the drill throughout the process using tools and other pieces of equipment to pinpoint and fix the issues that occur. What else we have? Control Room Alpha, Carbon Steel, Concrete Tremor, Tartarus Engine, The Other Side. So it's 5 games. Oh, actually, give me 1 second. I do want to fix one thing I meant to fix earlier. I'll be right back. Okay, I think that'll probably do it. Alright, let's check this out first. Just go ahead and jump into that. Wait, what? Oh, are you kidding? Okay, that's why that option was there. Luminex. The game will open in a new instance. Am I gonna have to change the audio capture? No, no, it's fine. Okay. Shelter number 1, official civil guidelines. Do not talk about going outside. You do not think about going outside. This place keeps us safe from the dangers of the outside. Out there is death, out there is nothing. I believed that once. Though an explosion unfolded on the surface level, The crowd that gathered there, they all saw, and nobody was surprised when they were missing the next day. To keep people in a metal box, one must show power. But they forgot one person, and I saw, alright, it's time to leave. I'll pick this thing up. Oh, is it over there? Oh, it should be this. Oh, it's just a battery. Insert drill into casing for a diagnostic report. That is a drill. Drill bit, more like. But I can't pick up the whole drill. Okay, immediately. What? I don't need that. Oh, it's supposed to be on there. Oh, wait a minute. Got it. Battery's not inserted. That's my fault. I can't put it on until it's locked in. Are you kidding? How do I get that out? Do I just replace it? Okay, that is the right shape. Perfect. Ah, I see. I see how that works. Yep. Okay. Battery charge. Yep. Waiting for that. I think I'm kind of big on the screen here, now that I think about it. I don't need to cover that much. I think I did that because I was playing a game in 4:3 and it was like, I was tucked away in the corner and the screen was only taking part of the window, so. Oil level, coolant level. How do I even reach that? Oh, I think I see. Okay. Right on the left, blue on the right. Final layer will activate shelter security measures. There is no coming back. Press any key to confirm 5 times. Keep safe distance. Yeah. Security arrives in 5 minutes. What did it say? Battery charge, drill bit function. Okay. Couldn't pick it up a second ago. Alright, drill bit's a problem. Get that out. Okay. Drill bit. Get that out. I should have put the battery in there as I was doing that. I didn't do that. coolant. That's it, oil and coolant. Got it. Expected more. Please close. Oh shit, I gotta actually put it in there. Coolant battery drill bit. Oil coolant battery drill bit. Okay. Go. Come on. This place isn't what it... rest of the nose unintelligible. Isn't what it looks like, huh? Oh my god, what is that? Okay. Inspired by Hugh Howey's Wool Omnibus. What's that? Dystopian fiction. Oh, wait. This is the person who wrote Silo, which is a TV show I happen to be watching. Wool shift dust. Wait, what is wool? Part of Silo, so that was inspired by Silo. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. All right. Give me 1 minute here. Wait, what do I do now with this? Okay, there we go. Alright, next one. Control Room Alpha. What's this about? It's your first day on the job as a crane operator in a dodgy underground science facility. Your supervisor will show you the ropes. Oh, and by the way, I hope you didn't lie in your resume regarding the fact that you're not scared of spiders. A great little horror game that does a great job of world building, scares, and dark humor, all in just 5 minutes. It's a short one. Okay, well, spider warning. Five-minute game.
Control Room Alpha, do you copy? Control Room Alpha, do you copy? Control Room Alpha, first of all, congratulations.
I am playing it, yes.
The EKRE Foundation. My name is Konstantin.
Welcome back.
And I will be your supervisor for this shift. Let's start by opening up the nest covering, and then we can get down to business. Your controls are hot, operator. Standing by.
Do I immediately press the big red button? I think that's the only option I have. Canceling your plans can't be bothered. I feel that. I also support this. One of those days. I get that. I totally get that. More than happy for you to hang out here, absolutely.
Procedure. Lower the crane in the nest and pull out the vessels. Then put them in the sample case. If you are unsure how to proceed, refer to the crane operator manual.
What are we harvesting? Cranberries? That's notorious for having a spider problem. I think the spiders actually contribute to the process. I've always hated crane games. This should be fine. Doodling. What is this, a video game? Oh good, there's a laser pointer. Let's do that one first. Oh my god. How is it still behind it? Did I panic in the previous one? Slightly. We're getting down to the 1 or 2 minute mark. I'm like, come on, move, move, move. But I knew that I had to budget my time properly. We got to the point where we had to put in the coolant, replace the drill bit, and charge the battery. I'm just like, okay, battery first, work on that, replace the drill bit, you get the coolant in there, close everything, screw it up, put the battery back in, put it away. Like, I got pretty good with it at the very end there. But yeah, it was a little panic-inducing. It was good. Why does it look like this laser's lining up next to it, and yet it's still behind it? Oh, I think this thing's closer to me than I realized. Yeah, there we go. Okay. I get it now. What the heck? Yeah, it's not a super hard game, but it's really, yeah, it's really good attention building. And then the ending is pretty cool.
Well done.
I didn't even have to line it up that well.
Very careful with handling these vessels.
And now he said to be careful with it.
Over 1 million Vietnamese dons.
Well, damn. I don't know what that translates into American dollars, but I assume it's quite a bit. The last one, okay. Good to know. Oh. I hate it.
Right. Okay. This is not your fault. The crane seems to be broken.
I clicked on it, it didn't do anything.
You will not be happy about this. So, just go down there and put the sample into the case yourself. Don't worry about the
What?
thing, comrade. Most of the creatures that came out of that nest
Most?
are harmless. Go pick up the sample. Standing by.
Nuh-uh. Bullshit. No, I have not read this manual. No, I will not read this manual. Alright, well that's the game. You're on the wrong channel there, buddy. There we go. $20.47. Caution, big ass spiders. Exit at own risk. Oh, this is gonna suck. I hear them. I have an AI viewer and Stu gets porting my Wanibot Slopcat to Twitch. Slopcat. That sounds fun.
Good job, comrade.
Yeah, I read the warning just now.
Have gotten old,
Big ass spiders.
but for the first time. What? What is that? Is that some type of thing?
So you make me interested. Ooh, what's this orb? And then you just kill me. Starting to build additional intrigue and then just gone. Dead. Ball game. There we go. Alright, Carbon Steel, what's this about? Experimental puzzle horror game where you conduct unethical research in an underground laboratory, work out how to operate miscellaneous machines, cross-check data tables, and procure general anesthesia. The difference between life and death can be any overlooked detail. 15 to 20 minutes, over 10 pieces of separate equipment, personal Apple Lisa 2 computer, crisp floppy disks, multiple endings. Okay. Looks like this one might have save systems. I don't think the... Yeah, they're talking about the disk icon. Yeah, not on that one. So this next one does have a save feature or maybe a checkpoint feature. Alright, let's go. Ooh, disturbing imagery, my favorite. And flashing lights. Papers, please. I played that game. Shuttle 1. Basically Half-Life if it was made by David Szymanski. Looks like you're on a barrel today. Greetings from the research team. You'll be carrying out the main sample pull from the pit, which hosts a multitude of pressure-treated organisms. Trying to talk here, man. Loud. After the pull is successfully completed, you'll hand the data over to the team. As we discussed, this job will take a total of 3 days. We're still in the middle of setting up some of the equipment. Please enter your holding cell. Give me your mirror. Cheap? I mean, I guess they did, but yeah. Carrier vessel console, no life form detected, controls unlocked. Hold main lever to initiate ascent. Delta class. Charlie class. Oh, beta class. Alpha class. Alpha, beta, Charlie, Delta, that makes sense. Looks like we're missing, was it Epsilon? Good morning, we're ready to begin. Raise the lifeform vessel with the main control lever. It will automatically surface. It will find blank data cells in the canister rack along with empty anesthesia canisters. Lifeform must be unconscious for the duration of the data pull. Procure the correct mixture using the subclass weight data tables. Please begin, and we're eager to get started. Insert canister. No life form detected. Hold main lever. Okay, so it pulls it up. Insert canister to continue. That's the anesthesia formula. Okay. Okay, canisters are there, I guess. Okay. Got it? Must be. Alright. Wait. Which one's which? Is there a instruction sheet written in Korean or something somewhere? Well, the empty canister. Okay. Okay, so it's going to be the same type of data for each subclass. Okay, got it. Wouldn't I want the anesthesia to be the full container? Armed. Armed. Well, I think... Okay, okay. Charlie class. Wait. We're at level 1, weight 93. So we're looking at 2 nitrous, 98 Stevo. Oh, the wrong one. Wait, I think I just grabbed the same one I had in here before. Mm-hmm. What's happening? That's not gonna work there. How goes it? I'm just trying to puzzle out what I'm doing here. So far so good. A little confused about the formulator. What's that? Thing sounds angry. What's this about? And it's flashing lights, okay. Yeah, it did have a warning at the beginning. Oh, there's a lever? Holy shit, there's a lever. God, man. Didn't see that. Three. There we go. What about the other two? ISO SIVO was 98. That's the, yeah, there it is. Nope, shit, I wasn't done. I assume that's probably going in there. What does this do? Okay, I see. Screwed that one up, okay. I felt like I followed the instructions. That's the door I came in from. Like, it might be a bit buggy. If I follow the instructions and it fails, that's a problem. So yeah, it was weight, it was like 93 or something, so it should have been in this range. I did 2 nitrous, 98 SIVO, 0, so it should have been fine. So we got weight 173, class Delta. The class SC1. Did I maybe miss something there? 173 Delta SC1. Delta class 73. No, SC1 doesn't really seem subclass 1, yeah. Oh, that might have been something I missed. There's subclasses and different weight groups per subclass. I didn't even look at the subclass of the last one, so I got that wrong. Okay. I think it was what, 173 subclass 1? That's what I said. 173 subclass 1. Delta is the disc I'm using. Okay. 173 subclass 1. Subclass 1. 170 to 173. 36 nitrous, 64 SIVO. Oh my god, what's with my memory today? As soon as I look at it. 36064. 36064. 64. 36. Yep. There we go. Perfect. Thank you, Nitro. Done. Alright, let's hope we don't screw it up this time. I don't think I did. I don't know what now. Do I do another one? Do I use one of these other canisters? I think you're supposed to like calm it down and then use this, right? Yep, okay. And then... do I just put it back? Ah! Day 1 complete. Short day. That's my toilet. I just realized what that was. God, man. Oh shit. Today another ruble. But I mean... I see. I see. Okay. Alright, what do we have today? Let's check my email. Good work. Your work yesterday was excellent. The data you pulled far exceeded our expectations, especially considering the fact that this laboratory hasn't been in use for decades. The engineer has finished setting up the old surface analyzer. You can use it to pinpoint exact data class measurements from otherwise unknown life forms. This way it isn't gathering even better data. If your work continues at this pace, then we have big plans for you. Alright. Surface analyzer. Weight 107. So the class and subclass aren't showing. I guess that's where I need to use this thing, I think. When it gets here, I suppose. This. Read carefully. The contents of this disk will be erased once ejected. We haven't met, but I'm the engineer. I overheard a conversation from the researchers. You're in trouble. Working on getting you out. I've taken one of the data cells. You'll find it tomorrow marked with an X. Give it to the researchers once you're done. I won't hang around for long. It's either tomorrow or never. See you soon. Insert scanner. Oh, I see. Active layer. Potential life form, class and subclass. Okay, oh, I see. I see. I get it. Sounds like it's getting really angry. Charlie SC2, okay. Class 2. Okay, I need the weight. 107. Looking at 221068. 221068. Let's look for that. There's a, some sort of, I didn't catch what he said, data, something, he's got an X on it. Let's see what we got. Final pull. We're now ready to begin the final pull. The vessel has been honed to far lower depths than earlier, meaning that this organism will be exceptionally violent. Use your newly equipped fabricator to repair the exterior of the carrier vessel, prevent it from breaking through. Tomorrow's a very big day. Get some rest once you're finished. Fabricator charge level. The engineer not leave anything for me? He was going to. Did he get caught or something? And my disc is gone. Well, that's not good. My chance of escape is gone. Outdated firmware. 121 is the weight. For a level 5, of course. Oh shit, oh, yeah, I'm gonna have to scan it like this, I forgot. I only have 20 charges for the fabricator. Okay. Yeah, that's going down fast. Oh, it's already where it was, where it needed to be. Delta SC2. Okay. %. Subclass 2 Delta. Crap, what was the weight? 121. So there's the flashing lights. Okay, so I have to charge from there, got it. 121. Oh, 10/18/72. Alright, that's 3 days. What now? goodbye. We just finished reviewing the final data poll. Indeed, your work has proven to us that the risk is justified by the benefits. Excellent work. However, compared to ourselves, the life forms we have previously studied are significantly less advanced. We believe that a human body would yield far more interesting results. You will have the honor of being the first pressure-treated human. Please remain seated. Oh my god. Okay, that was pretty good. It was on a cylinder? Shit. I forgot where he said it was gonna be. I looked around the room and I couldn't find it. It's in a cylinder. Shit. Okay. Okay. Let me go back. See, where does it put me if I just continue? Yeah, I think this is it. Perfect. It was on the other one. True. Oh, yep, there it is. Well, that's the one to use and put it right in the center. Well, because actually I can just go ahead. Well, no, I'm going to need to do the other thing first. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be the violent one. I need to scan it. Get that ready. Do it in that order. I don't know what this coming to need yet, if this is random. It is different. Oh, wait, Yep, it's already on it. Charlie SC1, 166. 16777. 16777. 16777. Okay, while that is the good ending, I think the bad ending is more intriguing. Special thanks to Manly Badass Hero and Alpha Beta Gamer. The board guy. Hula Noob. Oh man. We got what? Two more? One more? Yeah, I'm gonna wrap up this whole collection here and then call it. Concrete Tremor, and then Charter's Engine, which you said is the one that ties back to Split. Alright, see what this is about. The short experimental puzzle horror game about plastic explosives in Soviet apartments, where the story is told from multiple perspectives. Original soundtrack by Jabu, length of roughly 10 minutes, one and only ending.
I am starving.
And even the mouse is lo-fi and crunchy. Well, it's 4:3 ratio.
What do you see from your room? What do you see? All I see is a wall. You know someone made the roof and rats, right? Really? Yes. So, where are we? I have no idea.
Should check the roof. Can't go that way. What? Battleship? So what are the dots then? If we're playing Battleship, I shouldn't know where the buildings are. Yeah. I would like to be able to see the letters too, instead of having to count it out constantly. That I don't like. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, I can't just pick the ones that have dots on them already. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. We're gonna do 6J. Heard a boom. Got a couple buildings. This is kind of mortifying, honestly. Oh. H. That was pretty good. I think I got all 5. Oh, we didn't get any. Oh, no, I think the 19 was how many I had left.
Administration. I am terribly sorry. It seems there has been a mix-up. You are not supposed to be here. You will be evacuated. My God, really? Yes. I just need to know which building you were in.
That's messed up. A5. Oh, that's messed up. It's having them give away their location. Like, I like this. This is, like, the concept is just, holy crap. It's playing Battleship with a city where people are actively living. What the fuck? Say 7. 7F. Eight. B. I can totally understand the frustration too, absolutely. I think right there is likely, although I think I just did that one. Yeah, I did. And I haven't played Battleship in a while, so this is nice to revisit, I guess. 3E. I missed a couple. I think I only got like 2 out of that. Holy shit, took out a whole row. Okay. Maybe I'll just take out this row here and see if there's anything. I think the odds of hitting something's pretty damn high. They got A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. So I got 5I, 6I. Ooh, I got like 3. He's down to 13. I guess it was 2 buildings. The odds of me losing this is higher than the other games. I mean, it's basically just Minesweeper. It's a matter of chance and trying to play within patterns. Let's do 9A. We'll just go in that row. And then... Only got 2. It's down to 10, but I'm getting pretty low too. Jesus Christ, it's like they've got a satellite image. They're hitting everything. Can't even see that corner. That was pretty good. See, this is what I mean. They know exactly where they are. All 5 shots hit. How are you supposed to win that? Is that not even possible? Loser. Well, that was rude. It did say there's one ending. Do they mean that it's just a matter of losing or winning? Am I supposed to be able to win that? I don't... Hey, give me a second. I want to look this up. I guess you can win. But apparently the ending isn't worth it. I accidentally read what happens when you win. Kind of spoiled it. Did you happen to beat this? Because I don't think I want to play it again. No? Okay. Do you want to know what happens when you win? Because I don't really want to play through it again to get the ending. And I can tell you why. So, right before you pull the gun out and shoot yourself, you hear a pop in the distance. So when you win, you probably pick up the phone and it says something about winner. Then you have to shoot yourself again anyway. Like, it doesn't matter if you win or lose, you have to kill yourself after it's over. It's the same thing. So you hear that pop before you pick up the gun. It's the winner shooting themselves. Yeah. Alright, let's play Tartarus Engine, see what this is about. Short horror game about a monumental computer designed for imitating eternal torment. Yay. Play as a technician in a group of people that set out to tap into a vulnerability in the machine. Am. Yeah, you know? It does sound like Am. I've played I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream it a couple times. Once when I was a kid, and once, I don't know, like 5 or 6 years back. Actually, it was longer ago than that, actually. I gotta play it again, I think. I also read the short story, which is, makes me kind of surprised they adapted it. Yeah, it's not too long. It's quite a bit different. You got the same characters, you got Am. The concepts are all there, but it plays out very differently from the game. The game is a lot longer than the short story. A lot more development. But the short story is a lot darker. Has things in it that they would not have put into a game. It's very dark. Alright, let's check this out. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get some food after this. Might go head out, do a few things. As far beneath Hades as heaven is above earth, construction began on the foundation of a great computer. Decades later, the first reality of eternal torment was imitated by the machine. The year is 2009, and the Tartarus engine was created. Time passed. To prevent workers from exploiting the machine for their personal gain, multiple protective measures were set in place. 4 technicians devise a plan and execute it into the night. There is no such thing as absolute security. Yeah, I was curious. I'm gonna have to do a little more digging on S.p.l.i.t, I think, into the files, because I did find one file that detailed different forms of torture. So I want to dig in a little more into the files that were in the system that apparently you didn't need to finish the game. And there were other things in there I kind of ignored. But I'm gonna have to get back to it at some point. Just kind of explore, see what's in there. Probably not today. I'm feeling a little famished, slightly lightheaded. So I want to get through this and then move on.
You really think it'll work? Yes, the wreck will almost cascade the engine in itself. After multiple errors, 1 second on Earth will translate to years in our simulation. And we can leave whenever we want to, right? Of course. Harper, what's the time? 46. We're cutting it close, but we should have enough time. Steve is going to blow the power at midnight. Once the engine automatically reboots, the inmates will be thrown into stasis. It should give us maximum power output, hopefully. Circuitry floor. We're the 3 of you are in it. 300 hour, sir. And what is it? Maintenance check. And the device. It's a hard drive.
That's a hard drive. Right.
Alright, Harper, go down to the lower level and insert the rectal partition 11. Meanwhile, we'll get everything set up here and keep it short. You don't have much time.
Alright, rack partition 11. Yep. We gotta round it back. Partition entrance M. Remember, you have to make it back by midnight. 10 minutes. That was the accelerator. Move faster. A shadow, right? Not a brake. It's a shadow. What? What? Oh, wait. What was that? Override panels, map review panels. Okay. I need to do something here. Okay. Is there more? He just throws it over the ledge. And head back. Only go so fast.
Harper, we are about to calibrate the device in a moment. There isn't much time left. Strap yourself in.
All right here. I guess so, yeah. Your ashtray over here.
I've almost got everything set up. Which preset are you running? The one where you peel potatoes? Splendid. Don't worry, it's just for a moment.
Yeah, I read about that one.
You out as soon as I get them in the readings. Alright, see you in a bit.
Oh no.
I don't understand. They managed to translate the nature of consciousness into mathematics and recreate it in a digital interface, yet they use it for this. What even is this? Alright, is the image clear? Yes, the image is clear. Good, I'm setting up the cascade preset now. Warping in 30 seconds. Cascading the engine in itself should exponentially increase the 1.2 factor of time dilation. Our consciousness will be stored in thousands of empty void branches until we reach the final layer. There, we will have all the time in the world to craft our perfect presets. How long did it take you to write the code? I did not write it, I found it.
Well, that's a little concerning. So was that.
Did it work? Shit, it said, right where each for the keyboard. Why, I can't move. I forgot to disable the automatic.
Oh god.
It's spelling us out. It's spelling us out layer by layer. What the hell did you... How many layers deep are we?
Oh man. you're right. These really do seem to have a constant theme of don't forget the little details. What coded scripts be like? Yeah, he didn't write the script himself, and then he forgot to engage some sort of automatic, probably release for when they got out. They locked themselves in. Jesus Christ. I would love for... Let me rephrase that. You said that the person or the people developing this are like high-level donors to Godot, right? Mike, yeah, let me look this person up. Because I would love to see larger projects from this guy with a team expanding on these concepts. In majority of these games involve detailed machinery, atmospheric dystopian environments, dread, and other fun stuff like that. I'm gonna have to play Buckshot Roulette now. I just didn't really pay any attention to it, but I knew about it. Now that I know what the vibe is like and what the developer's like, I am definitely interested. I like the 90s styled icons we got up here. WinRAR now. Got a Bandcamp. Let's see. I want to get information from him that's not from... I want information about him that's not from him. From Estonia. Well, here's an interview anyway. Has a background in art, mainly 3D art. More people engage with your content, the more pressure you have with future releases because people expect good content from you. Before I can make any idea that, before I can make any idea that is fun and interesting to me and release an unpolished mess, it would get 500 downloads, which isn't a lot, but then there's also a lot of creative freedom when you just don't have that many expectations from other people. Yep, that's true. So he likes the smaller projects that can be a little sketchy, a little on the messy side, interesting, maybe a little fun. He has a good time with the releases it. Maybe some people enjoy it. Happy. I can respect that. I just got an Xbox ad for Modern Warfare 4. Look at that. It heard me talking about it earlier. Let's see. Why I don't want music to become my career. Yeah, art's always best when it's something more personal. Okay. talking more about Buckshot Roulette, which I'm currently not interested in reading about. I'll check it out, but pretty long interview. Okay, so whether or not he's a major donor, got money, got resources, I don't know that he's really going to want to branch out into larger productions. It doesn't sound like it's his sort of thing. Very cool. Thanks for the suggestion on the Unsorted Horror collection here. Yeah, I don't think I would have found it or jumped into it alone, let alone split. These definitely probably wouldn't have not been on my radar. Yeah, I liked each one of them for different reasons. And I liked all of them for similar reasons as well, mostly the atmosphere, the dread, the sort of life lessons of you miss one important detail and it can all fall apart. It's really good. So let me make sure I got Buckshot Roulette on my wish list. I think I did that earlier. And it's dirt cheap in the first place. But it's $1.34 right now. Okay. So probably not gonna buy it right now. I'm just gonna add it to my cart. Have it ready to go. I don't know what that is. Alrighty. Remember your roommate playing Buckshot Roulette? Did it look good? F7 hit. So I got an achievement for beating Concrete Tremor even though I lost. So yeah, you really don't need to beat Concrete Tremor to have completed it. And it did say there was one ending, so that makes sense. He was really good at it. Nice. Okay. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with the rest of my day. I need to get some food at first, and then I'll figure it out. But I'm done with this for now. We'll see what tomorrow brings. There's something interesting I'm looking forward to seeing what happens tomorrow. This is kind of dark, but our president tomorrow being July 4th, the 250th anniversary, I guess, of the United States, he's decided he wants to do a historically long speech, and it's supposed to be like 2 hours, and he's going to do it outside, and there's excessive heat warnings, and the guy's like 80 and has been struggling with his health, lying about it, but clearly struggling. And now he wants to do a historically long speech for about 2 hours out in the heat. Good luck with that. Have a... Exactly. Oh no, anyway. I've got a couple thoughts on that. One of which is that a historically long speech is not impressive. The guy can ramble all day. He's not going to have any problem talking. What he's going to have a problem with, and he always does, is having a focus on what to talk about. Or saying something new. Or saying something impactful. Important. Talking for 2 hours is not an accomplishment. Maybe doing it in the heat for 2 hours is going to be an endurance test. He's going to fail. But our most famous speeches from American history are concise. They're short, easily digestible. You can read it in a couple of minutes, maybe. And they were delivered within a couple of minutes, and it packed a punch and became recorded, archived history. Rambling for 2 hours is going to mean nothing. So that's one thought. My other thought is, after tomorrow, we may not have a living, standing president if he doesn't make it through it. And I don't necessarily want violence or death or any of that. I don't necessarily want that in our politics or in our country generally. If we can avoid it, best to avoid it. I'm not asking for anything like that. But even though I don't want violence and death, they do. And so I don't think there's anything wrong with a little bit of hope. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. It could be a very interesting day. We'll see. That being said, the next few streams, I am planning on. It is what it is. It is, isn't it? There's another thing I heard actually, and I don't know how true this is. I think that's something that's in an upcoming book that Stephen Miller, who is this political advisor, he's in charge of national security and things like that. Full-on, bald-headed, skinny-ass, wimpy, pathetic Nazi type of character. From what this book is saying, it sounds like that, and this part I 100% believe, sounds like he was pushing Trump to declare martial law and take full control. Just violent takeover. And it didn't happen. And of course people will say, well, no, Trump wouldn't do that. Or maybe he was just, within reason, is like, we can't do that. People are going to hate me. And he's more concerned about his legacy. There's arguments to be made there. I honestly think that he probably would have been convinced to do it. But what the book is saying is that these massive rallies that people have had, these No King rallies where they're filling city streets of like tens of thousands of people protesting against them, there's an argument to be made that those stopped him from declaring martial law because they know that they won't get away with it. So the protests didn't seem to have stopped them from doing some of the heinous shit that they're doing, but it may have stopped them from doing the most heinous shit that they were wanting to do. And I was there for some of those protests. So it makes a difference. And as far as the lesser important things like video games, I'm protesting Sony right now actively. Fuck those guys. I'm not going to give them any more money for digital games. I canceled my PlayStation Plus subscription, and this isn't just really so much about video games. For one thing, I don't want our political shit or corporate shit to interfere with my hobby. It is. This is one way out of many ways that I can push back against corporate greed and how it's actively destroying everything. So we got that. We got our administration trying to destroy everything for their own lust for money and power. President just made over $1 billion in the past year in cryptocurrency. Yeah, so I'm gonna do what little I can, because I'm not a political extremist, but I have some pretty strong opinions. But I'll push back. I'll do what I can in the ways that I can. And usually it hurts them hardest when it comes to fame, money, and power. And if you don't give them the attention they want, and you deprive them of the money that they're trying to get from you, and that mentality spreads where everybody hates them and they're not buying their shit, they're gonna have to back off or give up. So we'll see where it goes. And as much as I hate it, what happens in America does actually influence a lot of the world. So if it doesn't work here, there's a lot of other countries that are probably going to start realizing they need to tighten up their shit as well. Because as soon as we started getting more fascist-leaning politics here, other countries started leaning in that direction too. So we need to nip it in the bud here. We need to take care of it here. And hopefully that will further influence other countries to get their shit together. Because we have a lot of shit to get together as a world right now. So. Alright, I'm gonna head out of here, get some food. Are you planning on streaming at all today? I know you had plans that you canceled, but if you're not feeling up to it, obviously no pressure. I'm not trying to tell you to, but there's a guy who suggested to abolish US's copyright laws in EU. I don't know if that's really a topic I could speak on too much. I'm kind of 50-50 on how our copyright laws function here. I think they're important in concept. I think they're abused in execution. Originally, the EU complained out of fear of tariffs. I hate how we set up our tariffs. Yeah, tariffs anyway. Fair. Yeah. At this point, it's pretty clear tariffs are just destructive. Like, I can understand maybe using them to discourage a government that's being hostile towards us already, but we're being the ones we're using it as a hostile power. Without that copyright, you can fix your own tractor for right to repair laws is something that a lot of people here are fighting for because of companies like Apple and Samsung, even a lot of phone companies for one thing, making it so you cannot even replace a battery. You can't fix your phones, you have to buy a new one. Yeah, the right to repair is a big deal. That's becoming a problem. Being able to fix your own tractor, yeah, and farmers have been wrung dry. Like, they don't have any freedom to farm the way that they need to make money. It always has to be at the whims of a major corporation, or they have to follow some extremely prohibitive regulations that makes it damn near impossible to just do regular old farming. I think regulations that require safety in our food are important, but there's a lot of things that are just making it impossible to be a farmer in the United States right now. One of which is that there was this whole video I was reporting on a certain regulation in the city. I don't know if it's a countrywide thing or if it was just a local thing there, but there were farmers that were not getting enough water for the crops, and they weren't growing enough, they weren't selling enough, they're struggling to the point where, like, their neighbor couldn't get up in the morning because of pure depression, and their neighbors had to go help them tend their farm when they're barely able to keep up on their own farm as it is. And this is happening because there's a certain regulation in that city to where those who have held the permits the longest to have water get the larger portion of water. It has nothing to do with need of size, it's purely on a tenure basis. How long have you had this permit? And so the newer farmers that have larger farms and greater needs that then distribute out to the community, they don't get the water because this guy who has a much smaller, more modest farm who doesn't need it, he gets the lion's share of the water, and he's just like, well, yeah, I like my river. It's like, but we're not growing food. And of course, the AI data centers are sucking up all the water at this point, making it so much harder on everybody so that we can generate some fun images. And so, like, Google can force the search engine to be slightly better in some ways and worse in other ways. We're doing all this at the cost of being able to grow food. Learning about the idea of being a botanist in the future, that could be cool. Yeah, our priorities are completely skewed right now, and everybody's struggling because a handful of companies want to make more money, and more money, and more money, and more money, and more money. And there's always a breaking point. I don't know where that is. There's always a breaking point. And they seem very intent on pushing everybody there. Okay. I need to get going. I could easily rant for quite a bit longer, but it's been 4 hours. I gotta move on. Gotta do something else in my day. Get away from the computer, go outside. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I want to go outside and go do something. Get stretching my legs for a little bit. This has been a really interesting stream. I've enjoyed these. Again, thank you for the suggestions. These were excellent. And now Bookshot Roulette is on my to-do list. So, all right. See you later. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I'll be back whenever. No promises. I'll be around.